Hi everybody and welcome to my February TBR. For this month I actually made a book journal page with all of the TBR books that I want to read on there, and I've made it very special. It looks a little bit, let's say you can definitely tell I DIY'd this, but I made little scratch off strips. And there's 5 books on there. I don't know if I'm gonna get through all 5. In mid-January I basically put 5 books on there and I do not remember all of them. I just remember the first one, so that's what we're gonna start with. And I think that I put one on there that I read on vacation. I'm not sure, we're gonna find out, I guess. And then I don't know if you can tell, but I also have like date finished, so I'm gonna write the date that I finished it, and then I'm also gonna rate it, give it a star rating. Do not judge my star space, they are very ugly, I know. So since these are scratch off, I'm just gonna go ahead and scratch off the first one. Let's start with book number 1. I'm gonna scratch this off. I haven't tried it, so I hope it actually works. We have book number 1, Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets, so the second part. I'm very excited. I've been wanting to start the Harry Potter series for so long, and I finally did this year, and now I'm already getting on to the second part. It's actually really nice out today, so I thought I'd sit outside and start my book here. Again, one more moment for these beautiful cover designs. This one I love the colors, especially like the pink and the greenish turquoise, whatever. It's so beautiful. I love this version. I really like the classic, like with the kids on the front too, but they were like, the ones that I really liked were so expensive. They were like 30 euros per book, and these were like, I think around 10-12 euros per book, because I got like the whole series. So these were a perfect option for me, and I also really like that they're kind of unique. I haven't seen a lot of people have these and just have, like, you know, the basic ones that I initially wanted to. But yeah, that's book number 2. And what I also really like is they all have these quotes on the back. This one says, "It's our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities." And this is by Dumbledore. And the first one had one quote of McGonagall on the back, and I just love these books so much. I also just spotted this tiny owl on the cover. I am just obsessed, like, with all the details. It truly is so beautiful. Millie is also out. She's enjoying the sun. She loves laying in that chair. That's her chair. And as soon as the sun hits the balcony, she wants to be out here, even if it's freezing. Reading outside, day 2. So I guess it is kind of obvious that Harry doesn't have a super like easy life, but in the movies it's not as bad as in the books. And this line just made me smile, like I feel so bad for him. There we go. So he's staying at like Ron's family's house for the first time, and it's the first time he's like in a magician's, in like a wizard's house, and it's so like different and special for him. And what Harry found most unusual about life at Ron's, however, it wasn't the talking mirror or the clanking ghoul, it was the fact that everybody there seemed to like him. And that's so sad, because truly I guess you could actually call it abuse that the Dursleys like do to Harry is so bad. Like locking him in his room for weeks with only like bread and water, and like letting him outside once a day, like crazy. And so yeah, the book is really beautiful, also very sad, but I don't know, I feel like it's a hopeful book because you know it gets better for him as soon as he like leaves the Dursley's house, and even all of the bad things that happen to him with like Voldemort and everything. I feel like it's not as bad as living with his family. But yeah, let's keep reading. Also, it's so nice today. It feels like spring, because there's birds chirping, and there was a bird, like I have this little bird feeder out. It's not an actual bird feeder, it's just like a little clunk of bird food, but a bird came by before and like ate some of it, and the dog's out too, and I'm just having the best time. I'm just waiting for like the trees to not blossom, to at least have some leaves again, so it's actually gonna look like fall, and all of my outside plants are currently dead. So I'm hoping that they're gonna revive soon. I already started planting some of my herbs to take outside probably in like March, April. But yeah, anyways, let's get back to the book. She is just living the life. This is, I've mentioned this every time she lays here, but this is her favorite spot. And I love to watch her in her favorite spot. It's my favorite thing to do because she's just so cute. Look at her. Good morning. I finished Harry Potter 2 last night. Loved it so much. 5 stars. The whole series, spoiler alert, it's gonna be 5 stars because just coming up, as I've mentioned when I read the first one, coming up with this whole world, unbelievable. And what I really enjoyed about this book is that you get like not even additional scenes, but Ginny plays a bigger part in this than in the movie, and you actually get like a little bit of her like background and struggles, and also it's explained why she was kind of chosen to be the person who to open up the Chamber of Secrets, because in the movie, at least as far as I remember, it was almost like it was just like anybody random. But in this book, quite at the end, when Draco's father comes in, it's obvious that Ginny was chosen because she is Arthur Weasley's daughter, and because that would look bad on him, and so I really enjoyed that you actually get a little bit more of like background and everything. And I also think now that we all officially know that Hagrid wasn't the one who opened the chamber in the first place, he should be able to do magic again without having to ask. That's my opinion. But anyways, as I said, 5 stars, and that means it's time for book number 2. I actually don't remember this one, so this will be a surprise for me as well. Book number 2 will be The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, so let's go pick that out. This cover is just absolutely stunning in my opinion, and I'm so excited to get into this. It is a little bit bigger, and I have no idea how like Leigh Bardugo's writing style. Like, this is my first book I'm reading of her, but as I said, I'm very excited to get into this, and it's in German, so it's gonna be faster than English, which is good. But yeah, let's get started. First update, I am confused but very intrigued. I only just read the prologue, and I don't know what's going on, but that's intentional. I think this book's gonna be very interesting, very dark, very spooky, but also gripping. That's my predictions, and I think I'm gonna like it very much, and that's probably a good thing because I already got the second part. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going. This is fun. I really like reading like new authors. Obviously Leigh Bardugo isn't new, but she's new to me. This is my first book of hers, so that's very interesting. I like it very much. Positive feedback so far. Good morning, update time. So last night I got to page 115, which it like seemed so much while I was reading, but it's such a little like part of the book. It's over 500 pages, but this book is so good. I am obsessed, and I am gonna read some this morning. So I really enjoy actually just being thrown into the scene. Like there's this little prologue thing where you kind of sort of get a little bit like what's going on, and then it just like starts with this this crazy thing that's happening, and I was really confused, obviously, but it was really interesting because you like try to remember little things because you think those are gonna be important, and I don't know if I remembered the right things, so we'll see. But so far it's so interesting, and that you kind of get like very small pieces of the, I guess, two kind of main characters' backstory, so I very much enjoyed this so far. But I had the worst sleep ever last night, and I'm not really sick, but like there's something in my throat. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's like inflamed or something, and it's so bad. It hurts so much and it hurts to talk, so I'm not gonna talk too much. But I got up really early this morning, so now I have some time to read, and also this cover is just everything. But yeah, so I have some time to read this morning. I just finished this book and it was so good. This book showed me what type of fantasy books I like dark magic, conspiracy theories. What else was in there? Occult things, like kind of and not really witchcraft, and also cults, I guess, in general. It was just such a good book. I don't want to give away too much, and I don't want to spoil anything because I want everybody to read this. I enjoyed it so much, but it was a little bit very brutal. Like from time to time things happened that I was like, all right, whoa, but so good. And I'm so proud that I finished such a big and like big in all directions book. So good. So 5 stars if you haven't guessed it yet. And I am very much looking forward to starting the second part, which is Hellbent. And I already, like, the end of this book was not really a cliffhanger, but you find out what like kind of the plot of the second book, or at least the beginning of the second book, will be, I guess, because somebody goes missing. I just almost spoiled you so much. Anyways, I'm just gonna stop talking. Just like a really big recommendation. It's really good. It's really dark. It's not really like, it's not like a, what's it called, romantasy. There's no like love or anything in this. It's also no like fairy fantasy thing. It's just, as I said, dark, like magic, cults, conspiracy theories. What else? I don't know. It plays in Yale also, which is fun because I used to watch Gilmore Girls up until a couple weeks ago, and that's also in Yale, so that's fun. But yeah, 5 stars. Let's move on to the next book. I have my coin, and now I'm gonna reveal the third book of February. Book number 3, Cold Case Academy. It's stuck in there. Oh no, I want it to be aesthetic. Alright, so Cold Case Academy is book number 3 for February, and this could not be better because the 9th house was kind of also like a little crime thing, like they're trying to solve a case. And this one's obviously gonna be about solving cases, and it's also, I think, gonna be a super quick book because it is from the like 12 plus section, I think. It doesn't say. I mean, it does sound very interesting, but also like it's for like young adults, YA. Crime, whatever. So this one's about 17-year-old Cassie who goes through like this FBI course, and then she has like a special power. So that's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna start this right now. It is actually already February, I think 27th. So I don't have a lot of days to finish this, but I think I can do it. Like, it's not that big, and the writing's pretty big, and it's in German. But I've been really wanting to start this because I got this with my sister back in January. And I just put it aside because I had other books that I needed to finish with, and I'm so excited to finally start this. Good job, past me, for putting this on the TBR. Let's get started. I just ran into a problem. I wanted to put the book onto Goodreads, and this is part of a series, and it's the second part. And obviously I can't start it now. I was so excited. I thought this was like a standalone book, but apparently it is the second part of the Natural series. And I guess I should read the Naturals first. And it's like a 4.5 part series, which is fun, but that just ruined my plan of starting this book. That's not good. I guess I need to uncover the next book because I can't start this now. Maybe I'll buy the first one tomorrow. Let's see if I can order it so I can maybe start it also like back to back, but I want to start a new one today. Let me figure it out. Okay, so I just ordered it into my bookshop for pickup tomorrow because today they're almost closed and I don't want to rush. But I'm just gonna uncover the fourth part. So I guess I won't read, I don't know what the German title for the first one is, if it's also called Cold Case Academy like 1 or something. I won't read this one, the second part in this video, because obviously I need to read the first one first and that'll be a little bit too much. But let me just start on the next one. Okay, well, this is embarrassing. I already read this one. I'm just gonna give you like a super quick feedback on that book because I already covered it in a different video. It's Billy Summers. I didn't enjoy it at all. I stopped halfway through and it was just not a book for me. I think I had very different expectations because it was a Stephen King book and I expected more, but there wasn't, and then I stopped halfway through. I'll link the video where I go like in depth. Anyways, that leads me to the fifth book, which is actually the last book on my February TBR. Let me unscratch that one. Okay, so the fifth one is actually one I'm really excited about. It's the Daughter of the Moon Goddess, I think. Let me show you. This is one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so beautiful. Let me check if this is actually like the correct English title. So the original English title is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. So it's the same as in German, but it's so beautiful, and I honestly just bought this only because I like the cover and because it sounded interesting, like goddesses and the cover. That's all I have to say. But yeah, so that's gonna be our, I guess, 3rd/5th book for February. I'll do like a little wrap up at the end so we don't lose track because I am losing track right now. But yeah, I'm gonna start this tonight. I'm very excited, and yeah, I guess we'll go book shopping tomorrow. Good morning. So I got to page 100 in Cold Case Academy 1. I hate the name, honestly, because Cold Case Academy is the corniest name for a school that works on cold cases. So I really like the English title, The Naturals, better, but so far it's really good. It's a really quick book, and actually 100 pages is almost halfway because I think it's like 250 or something. The characters are really interesting to me, and I think there's gonna be like a drama between them or like something happening because there's I think 5 like kids, like 17-year-olds solving these cold cases, and I love it because I think it's gonna maybe give a little bit of like Criminal Minds with also high school drama, like something along those lines. And there's also like it has like a murderous family secret, and I already suspect 3 people that have a family secret out of 5. And there's also like the 2 teachers/agents and then this housekeeper, Judd I think is his name. So maybe those have murderous secrets too. But so far so good, so I really enjoy this. And Daughter of the Moon Goddess, I switched to the audiobook because it is honestly not my favorite book. It's super beautiful. The world building is also so beautiful. Like I imagine it's so whimsical and magical and like airy and light and like just beautiful overall. And I really like the setting and everything, but the writing style is a little bit too descriptive for me, so it takes really long to get to like the point. And also the main character, I don't really connect to her because this book, like I am probably like halfway through, and so far I think there's been like 5 years happening. And that's just too quick for me to connect to somebody, so that's really sad because I really wanted to love this book. It's still really good. As I said, the world is absolutely beautiful, like the description of all their clothes and how everybody looks and the like rooms they're in or like the settings, it's really beautiful, but it's just a bit too descriptive for me because it's like mostly descriptive and the things that happen are kind of quick, and then it like jumps a couple months and then again and again and again. So yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna finish both these books today. This one, as I've said, been listening to the audiobook while I'm crocheting because I'm currently making a headband for my friend and a dog sweater for my dog, obviously. And then this one I'll just like read because I started this one I think like yesterday morning, and then I had an appointment to get to and I took the bus, and on the bus I read the 100 pages and it was like I think 40 minutes bus ride. But anyways, let's keep reading both of these. And also I know it's March 1st, but I want to finish both these today, so I guess it counts as February. But yeah, enough talking, let's get to the books. I just finished Cold Case Academy 1, or The Naturals 1. Such a fun book, honestly. Teenagers, like young adults in criminal minds, the combination, I love it so much. It wasn't as much drama as I thought, but it's the first part in I think 3 or 4 books, so I think there's gonna be more. And to be honest, the plot wasn't super gripping, but I did not expect a plot twist at the end. I saw it coming like maybe 1 or 2 pages before, but I feel like that's kind of implied. But that was fun, and it's a super fast-paced book. It's super easy to read. If you have enough time, you could definitely finish it in one day. It took me 15 minutes less than I thought it would. So it's very fast-paced, very quick, and just a very fun book. And I'm very excited for the second part, which I already own. But before I start that, I'm gonna keep crocheting and listen to The Daughter of the Moon Goddess. And I just need to show you the project I'm currently working on. So I'm making this dog sweater. And I found this, let me show you this first. I found this color of yarn. Oh, there's a bird on my bird feeder. Anyways, I found this color of yarn at like a little 50% off sale the other day, and I just got 1 ball of yarn. And then I went on Pinterest and like thought of what I could make with red yarn, and then I started this little granny square sweater that I'm gonna make. And this is kind of like the side part, like my dog's head would be like here, and then it's gonna be the other side. And I think it's so cute. It looks so cute. And then I also got this like kind of beigey natural thing color yarn, and I'm so excited to finish this and then put my dog into it. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. Listen to the audiobook and then finish my little dog sweater. Wait, I don't think I've rated this. So this is 3.5 stars / 4 stars. As I've mentioned, the plot is not super extremely gripping like the crime part, but it's such a fun book, so I think I'm leaning towards 4 stars. And yeah, I'm excited for the next part, so I guess that requires 4 stars. I just finished The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, the audiobook. It was good. As I've mentioned before, it was a bit too descriptive for me, but still the world and everything and the characters just seem so beautiful. I am gonna give it 3 stars, which is good, but I wasn't obsessed with it, unfortunately. I really wanted to love it, but as I've mentioned a couple times now, I feel like it could be probably like half the length, and then it would be really good without so many descriptions of like their clothing and everything. But anyways, that means I've actually managed to complete all of my February TBR. I mean, I guess as I've mentioned, today's March 1st, but we're not gonna count that because February with the 29 days, that's like the month should be longer, you know, to read. Anyway, so I finished everything and I'm so proud of myself, and I'm also very proud that my bookshelf is getting it's not getting emptier, but I'm turning around the books that I've read and it's getting like cleaner, I guess. Like there's just less books that I want to read, because I have also kind of, I created a Notion tablet for reading, because what's a hobby if you don't plan it. And I put like the each month's TBR and then next to it the books that I bought or buy or whatever, and I want to make sure that I read more books than I buy. And in an ideal world I would only probably buy like 1 book each month, because I still have so many left. That's not for February though, because in February I got like 6 or 7 books and I read, well, I guess the same amount, but still, I don't need to be buying that many books. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for next month's TBR.